I mean, the rally is important. If you look at the development pitch, you're absolutely right. It's a major development pitch. But we are talking of Uttaranchal as such. We are talking of UP as such. If you look at the number of highways, highest in UP. If you look at the number of international airports, highest in UP. If you look at the Purvanchal Expressway, where 3 years back Rahul Gandhi's SUV could not go through, today a C30 Hercules lands on the same road. I mean, what we have seen today, what the Honorable Prime Minister said, when the development is quantified in a stipulated period of time, these are not empty promises. These are not just, those shilanyas, what you do and forget it after that. We have seen our AIIMS was inaugurated by the Congress time. A stone was laid in the Congress time for AIIMS in Amethi. It never happened. A rifle factory, foundation stone was laid, but it never came to light. But what we are seeing here at Udai, whatever is promised within that tenure, those five years, from a concept to laying a foundation stone to an inauguration on the ground, is being done. It is proven to the world. Now, if you look at the ICMR building, if you look at Purvanchal Highway, if you look at expressways, if you look at airports, now if you look at AIIMS, if you look at number of medical colleges which have been started, it is very important to, or easy rather, to lay foundation stones. But inaugurating the things is where the taste of the pudding is. Now, if you look at some numbers, like Honorable Prime Minister was mentioning, if you look at the brain fever in 7 districts, almost it's cut by 90%. If you look at the money paid to the Ganna Kisan, it is almost or more than what the Samajwadis paid in 10 years. And let's not forget, Samajwadis had 10 years to develop or deliver. They could not do anything. And the most important thing is, all is quantified by numbers. If you look at ethanol production, now it has gone up 5 times. If you look at the reimbursement of Ganna Kisan, if you look at availability of urea, and with the inauguration of these plants, you save billions of dollars of foreign exchange. PM also brought a very important point. Now with COVID and pandemics, which are a new way of life, how can we risk our agriculture when we're importing the urea? And our price of urea is 15 times lesser than what is sold in international markets. And all urea is neem coated. So this self-reliance in agriculture, production of urea, saving of foreign exchange, money paid, crores of soil health cards paid, and development delivered at the doorstep. Honorable Prime Minister also made a very important point. It was believed that AIIMS and all are only for big cities. Chote shahar mein kya karna hai? But now AIIMS, ICMR, research building there. And today I came to know the last Gorakhpur Medical College, the building did not even have a research center, and the research center was not in its own building. So when you don't have a building, you don't have infra, you don't have capex, what kind of a research can you expect the doctors and scientists to do? For them to deliver, you need to fundamentally give them the infrastructure. You need to give them capex. You need to have money allocated and delivered. This is what is happening now. It's a very welcome move. The people of Gorakhpur are happy. Look at the amount of jobs it's going to create. That is phenomenal. I mean, all these development projects, we are talking of 9,600 crores, approximately $1.5 billion. It will create, few 100,000 jobs. So the people are going to get benefited. And amazed to know 18 crore vaccinations already done in UP. And Uday, the best part is all our numbers. It is not a blank promise. It is not that, hawa wali baat. It's all quantifiable numbers on the national broadcast. And what I like the most, those people, those mafia dons and all, where are they? Now industry is coming, investment is coming, development is happening because mafia raj is over. And he made a jibe at those Lal Topi Walas, which was good and which was political. But again, the people of the UP, if you talk to anybody today, Uday, as a friend or as a relative and all, they will tell you the law and order situation of UP has fundamentally improved. There is a sea change in that. That Gunda Gardi, Mafia Raj and all that is gone. Everybody seems to be happy, and development is delivered within 5 years, within the area, within the promise, within the period promise. It's not I am laying the foundation stone and my grandson will inaugurate. Nobody believes in that in a democracy. If you have to deliver, you have to deliver within those 5 years or 4.5 years what you have. And that is what is being done. This is the Rajniti of development. This is the competition of development. And today, I can bet you, opposition will have nothing to say except Hindu, Muslim, Yadav, Muslim, dividing and, bringing up those trivial issues and saying this is a BJP ki vaccine. And beyond that, they have nothing to talk. Let them come and discuss numbers. Let them come and bring a better idea, better plans. And today, they are really, bowled out with this farmer agitation gone, or, these 3 laws kind of settled down. They have nothing to say. They have now nowhere to go. They must be now hiding and thinking for reasons what now, how to counter Modi, what next to say him. They are running clueless like headless chickens. That's what the position is. It's a absolutely great moment for the people of Uttar Pradesh and great moment for the Republic of India.
All right. In fact, Sumit, stay with us. Let me bring in SK Datta as
Important point which you raised. First of all, I think Prime Minister has been very candid here. He says Lal Topi wale are the high red alert UP ka. Not anybody who has a Lal Topi. You have to know what kind of governance they have given, what they have really brought the state in last 10 years. It was all mafia raj, it was extortions, kidnappings, murders, and all those so-called bahubalis or so-called mafia dons. Either they get the tickets or they get the political patronage, and so they can do this what you call land grabs. They can do all kinds and types of things. Now, after that, when Yogi Ji came into power, each district, those people have been identified as per Gangster Act. What are the provisions of the law they have been handled. Today, there are gangsters who were not willing to come to UP. They're so scared of Yogi Adityanath, they were wanted to be in Punjab. You know whom I'm mentioning about. So there have been gangsters who have, kind of surrendered, and these people were running scot-free. When these kind of things happen, how can the law of the land work? How can the investment happen? How can the FDI come? How can you have these development projects happening? Because ठेकेदार्स cannot work. They want to get the tenders, and then they don't want to deliver. They want to siphon the money because these people are in the business of, extortion, siphoning money and all that. So overall, the whole system gets, you put spanners everywhere. So when there are spanners everywhere, how do you expect a system to work? For the common man to work, for the businesses to thrive, for the investments to come, law and order is the most important thing. You look at how the rights of the girl child have been protected in UP. We had a lot of problems, and they were, we all know UP, there have been girls' colleges and schools where a lot of guys were just roaming around and not letting them go to the schools, colleges. Those incidents have been controlled. Overall crime scenario in UP has been controlled, and today people know UP police works. Yogi Adityanath will deliver. That is the importance what has happened. Earlier in Samajwadi's time, there were only two communities, one religion and one community, which had dominated all the police. So by default, if you are from other community or other religion, it doesn't matter who you are. No FIR will be written, nothing will be done. So these gundas, the so-called mafias or bahubalis, were going on scot-free, and with every passing day, with more acquisition of wealth, they were getting political power. They were getting, their literally, if I may call that gunda power was increasing, and the common man was thinking they are invincible. The problem was the patronage which they have been getting from Samajwadi Party, because Samajwadi Party used to thrive on them. A lot of them were members of the Samajwadi Party. You remember Azam Khan's so-called buffaloes were lost, and he was proudly coming on the TV and saying कि हमने तो UP police को लगा दिया हमारी भैंसें ढूंढने में. I mean, that was this kind of arrogance where you have so much of crime, you have so much of population. UP will be the 7th populous country if taken out, and you are allocated or deployed UP police to find your buffaloes. That is what we have seen happening, and you have seen what Shahabuddin has done. I mean, there are numerous examples, Atiq Ahmed and, all these people, we all know what they have done. And that feeling that they're invincible, that feeling they're above the law, that feeling that nobody can touch them, police cannot do anything, district magistrate cannot do anything, SSP cannot do anything. And even in courts, they go scot-free because there is no case, there is no evidence presented. Nobody stands against them. Now with Yogi Adityanath, you see how many hundreds and crores worth of property has been freed from them. They've been given to the rightful owners. The message which is being sent is nobody is above the law. It's you have to follow the law, and you have to be within the realms of the law. It is not the Wild West any longer. So Modi ji is very correct in saying when he says Lal Topi wale are the red alert for UP. Because if, God forbid, they come back to power, all those things are going to come back to UP. And forget these projects, so then nothing is going to happen. None of these projects will even get completed in next 25 years. What did Samajwadi, the father and mother Bahujan Samajwadi complete? What Dattaji was rightly saying, yes, except riots, arson and all, they have literally completed nothing. The importance of the Yogi Ji's tenure is whatever is being promised is delivered within the next 5 years. This is the most important point. Laying a foundation stone is the easiest thing to do, but inaugurating is the most difficult thing to do.
Okay, let's leave it at that. My thanks to all our guests for joining us.